The house faces north. I try to go counterclockwise most times. So we're starting on the north side of the fence on the east side of the house. And you see that swamp right there? That's not drainage. That's swampage. Got that? That's mosquitoes, mud pies, dogs wallowing in it. This can have an adverse effect on the foundation. You can see the water all the way in through here. So we've got a brick home, mostly slab foundation, as a parge coat around the perimeter, and the rain gutters discharge above grade. Now, a parge coat is like a cake frosting. It's a decorative element. Either they're hiding something or they just wanted to make it look better. There's nothing wrong with a parge coat. Now, it's a different layer than the actual foundation. So there are voids. You can see the way it's curling up. And wood destroying insects like termites, for example, can take advantage of that void because that's the way they do not like to be found. They do not like to be seen. They're blind, so they hide. And they can come into your structure through the voids between the parge coat and the foundation. We're not doing a termite inspection. This home's only been here for a couple of years, but I'm just letting you know. Now, brick is a very wonderful building material, okay? This home could burn down and you could still use the brick. And it's also a great insulator, both for sound, because you do have neighbors that are close, and for weather, heat. The one thing about brick is it's very porous. And water will go right through this brick and right through the mortar. This home is designed for that. That's why we have these weep holes, those little holes right there. Most of the time, you're not going to see anything. All that's going to come out of there is vapor. If you have an event, I've seen a couple events, I hope you don't, but should you have an event, you will find water coming out of those. And again, that's rather than keeping the water inside. So even though this wall is insulated, and the brick is a good insulator itself, even though, we still need some ventilation inside of the system. Rain gutters is supposed to discharge 6-8 feet away from the home. This splash box like this just don't cut it. Now, a lot of times people will put extenders out to get the water away from the house like it's supposed to go. But when that happens, now people are stepping on it, the yard crew's mowing over it, it gets beat up. One solution, and it's not the only solution, but a solution might be to take it underground and then come out with a pop-up. I really like those. It's a nice clean look, very effective. But all rain gutters require maintenance, and if you've got one that goes underneath the ground, it requires maintenance too. And maybe you don't want it popping up over here over your pond or your lake. Moving on along. We've got double pane vinyl frame windows with UV tints. Okay, nice. All along. Now we're in Central Texas. Basically North Texas. Alright, this is expansive clay soil. It's completely hydrated and dehydrated. It expands about 3 inches. We expect this wall to move. That's a lot of brick. It's a lot of brick. Just like the streets. You see the lines in the streets? They expect that to move. So we have these things. Some people call them expansion joints. They're control joints. Call it what you will, but they're full of a mastic sealant. Okay? And every couple of years, you need to come around here and check it out, because even though we want weep holes, we don't want a 10-foot weep hole. In fact, if you look up here, you can see it's already starting to gap up there at the top. I wrote a note about that. Gaps at the top of the control joint on the east wall. Over here, this is a bathroom vent. Those are louvers, and the wind's blowing, and they will rattle wrong sometimes by design. There's really nothing you can really do about it. You want the louvers for energy, you want the screen for burn control, you want this design, but kind of like the brick accepts water, most times there's some kind of compromise. And that's one of them. I'm still down here a ways, but not for a while. What's that? Oh, that's a level. 6 foot level. Really? What does this level say? This level says that it's level. Most builders get grading, but they don't get drainage. This is wrong from day one. A lot of dialogue, probably what the seller has been hearing, is that if it doesn't dry within 48 hours, we consider that a problem. What? No, this is drainage. This is not evaporation. In fact, this is a swamp. Then they'll say, well, let's let it go for a few months and just see how it operates. And what they're really hoping, I don't know this, but what I suspect is they're hoping that you'll drive through your beautiful home. You'll go to your beautiful patio and enjoy your beautiful yard. You won't spend a lot of time over here out of sight, out of mind. And so when they tell everybody in this community this, only about 3 or 4 people in the whole neighborhood are going to exercise the right to have their grading and drainage corrected. Another thing that a builder is prone to explain to people, tell people, stories I've heard, not this builder. This builder isn't like that. This builder is not like that. You can see, right? They say, well, our warranty company doesn't have a problem with this. And you go like, oh, your warranty company doesn't have a problem with this? No. So we're good. I said, well, who owns your warranty company? ABC. ABC owns your warranty company? Doesn't ABC own your company? Yeah, but we're not the same. We're different companies. We just have the same owner. One hand doesn't wash the other. We're not using a warranty company to rubber stamp our work. We're not doing that. No. This is poor drainage. Poor drainage around here since day one. The builder should have taken care of for the seller already. Now trees. We probably have a homeowners association. Everybody has trees. Trees should be close to 25 feet. I know it's in the middle. It's a nice little kitten. Kittens grow up to be nasty little tomcats. The tree shouldn't be closer to a slab foundation than 25 feet to give it room for root growth, and the branches don't tear up your house, and they don't suck all the moisture out from underneath your foundation that you're going to need. Okay, so we got trees that are too close. Yeah, we do. Coming along here, when we have a transition between the brick and the cut stone like this, this is called a water table. And there should be, and I don't know what's behind these, but there should be some provision for continuous drainage behind there. And a lot of times they will put a lintel in here, a metal lintel, and put weep holes and then begin it again. That's the way it should be done. I'm not sure how it's done exactly. This home has a ring system, or a ring type system, a ADT. Okay, so these are smart features that the home has, including the garage overhead door button has an app on it. You've got some smart thermostats in this house. Alright, so the technology should convey, or not. But if all this equipment is left in place, you're going to need the codes. You're going to need to reset the codes so that you can, safeguard your privacy. That's what you're going to need to do. So that's a lintel right there, but we don't have here. metal over the door. See the holes? Those are weep holes. They're supposed to be there. It's a good thing. Now the Brick Institute says that the lintel over a garage car entry, okay, it should have a weep flashing. Okay? But we don't. And I haven't seen one yet. But what we've got here is we've got weep holes, and the Brick Institute says at a minimum you should have weep holes. If we study this here just a little bit, we can see without the flashing how rust is starting to develop right up in there, and will continue to do so. Let's get out and see what I'm missing. See what's above me. Not too much. What I'm not seeing is apron flashing above the front porch area. Is that what I'm not seeing? I'll put a ladder up there and get a better look at it. We'll have a roof video. You've already seen the roof video. I haven't taken it yet. You've already seen it. We're moving on along. We're coming, like I said, counterclockwise. We just went across the front north side of the house. Rain gutters are not diverting. And here's one window. It's nice we got a window in the garage. These are called weeps. And those little plastic things inside of there are called weirs. Oh, excuse me. You got one. I might tell that story later. I might get a chance to tell that story later. Moving on along. Water heaters on this side. Air conditioning's on this side. Electric meter is on this side. So except for your gas, everything is on this side. Well, here we go. I knew it. Here these flaps are going in the wind, like I was explaining that they would. With the rain gutter, if you'll notice, it comes around here and then it stops. It's supposed to have a 2-inch gap between the rain gutter and the wall. And then you're supposed to have kick-out flashing. It comes out. Alright, the kick-out flashing comes out and goes around and runs the water into the rain gutter and keeps it off the wall right here because this is level. I'm going to bring a ladder up here too. So when the water comes down, cascades down here, has a tendency to follow the wall, fills up in the rain gutter, and the rain gutter is right next to the wall. There's not a 2-inch gap there. And that's going to cause all the wood to rot out right in that area. That's what's going to happen. I can see that we've got, and it's kind of bright over there, but we've got soffit baffles. Okay, that's the air intake. See this little pipe coming out of here? Well, I'll save that together. I'm going to go ahead, and here's the gate. I will go ahead with this one. This is the weather sensor for your lawn sprinkler system. Coming along here, this doesn't end anywhere, see, but right over here, okay, we got about a 2-inch gap. You've got a gap right there like you're supposed to have. You got kick-out flash. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. Now one thing I can't see back here is because we've got these columns. It's supposed to be about 8 feet apart. We've got this trim board around the base, this little cove base stuff. We can't really see how the wood is attached to the patio. And I'm not going to tear it up. I will say that you're supposed to have metal stands under there. If I was here when the home was built, I can get you a little more information about that. should report on what I know. Okay? I don't really know where the stands were installed underneath these columns, but I suspect they were. I don't usually find them. Never say never. Over here, we have a retaining wall. Okay. I'll tell you about some retaining walls. I'll tell you about retaining walls here. Is if this retaining wall is farther away from the structure than twice its height, a 45-degree angle won't come through here. This retaining wall is beyond the scope of this inspection. This retaining wall will have no immediate effect on the foundation's performance. Because it goes on and on and on, this retaining wall might be the responsibility of the community, the homeowners association. So it might not even be yours to fix. And over here is about where we started. I can tell because the ground's starting to get mushy. There it is, look at that. Look at all that water coming out of there. There you go. Think we got some good drainage here? I don't think the drainage is very good at all over here on the east side of the house.